This is Trevor, a place that holds a lot of bird watching memories for me. Not the village, but the nearby cliffs which come alive each spring with the sounds of seabirds setting up camp where they will raise chicks in the summer months. I remember the first time I came here as a kid. I must have been 11 years old, and I remember looking down and watching the cormorants and shag settle on the rocks below. North Wales is home to an abundance of bird life, especially on its coast, with hundreds living and migrating each year to this special place. I want to retrace my steps and visit the places that our coastal birds call home, the places that I have been observing them for years, and I want to learn even more about them and the challenges they are facing. I find it quite nice and therapeutic to come here and watch what's going on. I've been coming here regularly the last few weeks and just been observing the shags that are breeding and nesting on the cliffs at the moment. I've been watching a particular couple. There's one on the nest right now and the other's just next to it, and I've seen that they've been having some trouble from another shag which keeps coming over and annoying them. Some squabbling has been going on, near territorial, so they like to keep others out of their sight, as you can see. One of the things that I find quite cool about seabirds like this is that when you come across a nesting site, you can keep coming back and observing the individuals. It's quite special to be able to identify that bird every time and just see what it's doing and what it's up to. This is the only place that I've seen shags nesting in North Wales, so I find it quite a special place really. Maybe some people would look at them and think they're just a boring black bird, but I see so much more than that. They have these bright green eyes and really distinctive calls, and frills in their heads, and I think they're quite dinosaur-like really. But this is just one of the places in North Wales, rich in coastal bird life. Gwynedd and Anglesey is particularly important for its tern colony. It holds the only nesting site for sandwich terns in the whole of Wales. The reserve is managed by the North Wales Wildlife Trust. I'm meeting up with local wildlife conservationist Ben Stammers to learn more about these small but extraordinary creatures.
Sandwich terns.
Yeah.
Sandwich terns come in first, so you see the first ones of those in March. The commons and arctics coming through in April, but I think they were a bit earlier than usual this year, the wardens were telling me. But they're all three species are getting settled in now.
Okay. Have they started nesting yet?
Some of the sandwich may have. It's still a bit early, but they're starting to gather in more numbers, and they're doing lots of their courting displays, and which is kind of a little dance that they do with each other, and they'll be offering each other fish and kind of getting the pair bond going.
Yeah, I came here a bit earlier on and I saw the sandwich terns started to gather around.
Yeah.
But hadn't seen any common or arctic ones yet, so...
There's a few around today. Yeah, they tend to be a bit flighty when this time of the year, before they really get settled in and get on eggs. They can be all up in a gang and off at times, and in the middle of the day they can be out fishing. Terns historically would have used all kinds of beaches, but now that a lot of those places are much more accessible to people and dogs, most beaches are really not suitable for them to nest on. So places like Kemlyn, where it's a protected area and they're nesting in little islands in a lagoon, which are kind of a bit more protected from predators and from people, then they become more important, because there really aren't that many other choices for terns. They tend to either be on offshore islands or actual reserves where there are people wardening them.
Right, let's go and have a look at them.
Yeah.
Oh, there goes one.
There's one right overhead. That was a sandwich tern.
They're really loud.
They are.
Whilst Ben and I were observing the terns, we were joined by Zach, one of this year's tern wardens, who had a positive fact to share with us.
It's higher than last year, numbers-wise. In terms of the daily totals, I think, like daytime totals, I think we are higher than last year. So, yeah, it's pretty good.
A few years ago, Kemlyn was affected by bird flu, a dangerous disease that spreads among birds. Many terns didn't survive the outbreak, but as we learnt from Zach, they are increasing in numbers again. This shows just how important protected areas like Kemlyn are for coastal birds. Back on the mainland, I've headed down to meet with a local bird surveyor. Together, we'll be recording species as part of a project to monitor and protect coastal bird life.
I'm a volunteer with BTO. I sign up to do various surveys because it gets me out of the house, and each survey I do, I learn something more about ecology, about where birds are, what they're doing. So this particular survey is a web survey, it's a wetland bird survey, and it comes up once a month on a particular date. All of us lot are out looking at our section of the coast or of inland waterways. I signed up to do the area down at Dinas Dintley because I know the area, it's easy to get to. And also it makes me look at seabirds, which I have never had to record before. Oh, now that looks very dark, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's very dark. Could that be a kittiwake? It's very white backside, very dark wings, even a young gannet. Divers. 2. And then the bird that you spotted, the dark bird.
Do you think it could be something special?
Well, not terribly, not special, but
yeah.
I'm more going for gannet because because they are very dark. The young birds are very dark. I think that citizen science is a great opportunity to learn, great opportunity to get out in places which you wouldn't necessarily go to of your own accord. There aren't enough paid professionals out in the big wide world to get everything done. I think there are some hugely knowledgeable amateurs out there too. So reason 1 then, citizen science, get the work done. Reason 2 is engage people because it's great fun, or it's a great challenge, or it's a great learning experience. It can often give you a real wow factor. My Breeding Bird Square this year, I heard curlew up there for the first time, and as we know, curlew are massively declining. So yeah, that was quite exciting. And every time you go out, you see something different.
As our web survey played out, we spotted a few divers, gulls, a gannet perhaps, and even a ringed plover which was hanging out on the shoreline. But even if you don't see much whilst doing a survey, you're still providing important data which will help towards the conservation of these birds. It's clear that coastal birds are facing growing pressure from human disturbance, the devastation of bird flu, and one ever-present danger, plastic, which I saw firsthand at Treville, with the shags putting it into their nests. But through this journey, I've met some amazing individuals helping to conserve our bird life. I've learnt about the extraordinary tern colony of Kemlyn Bay, and about the importance of citizen science. With the help of volunteers, wardens, conservationists, and you, we can all do our parts to help our coastal birds to flourish for many years to come, whether that be through litter picking, recording species, or even just learning more about these fantastic creatures. North Wales is a sanctuary for coastal birds. Yeah, the challenges are real, but so is the hope.